In 1984, 19-year-old Timothy Molnar was living at home with his parents in Daytona Beach, Florida, while going to school for aeronautical mathematics. On January 24th, Timothy gets up, he drove across town to his university where he had class, but as soon as he parked, he realized he had forgotten his bike. He went back home, he got his bike, put it in his car, and his mother would step outside and see him trailing away down the road. And that was the last time she or anybody in their family saw him alive. That night, when Tim didn't come home, his family called the police, and they start by looking at the family's credit card bills, and they found there had been a charge placed in a gas station about 150 miles away. And so the police go out to this gas station and they find someone that had been there when Tim was there. And the police ask him, was Tim alone? And the witness says, yeah, he was alone. So about a week after Tim has gone missing, Tim's family receives a letter from an auto impound company in Atlanta, Georgia. So the family goes to Atlanta, Georgia to inspect the car. What they would find inside the car were Tim's credit cards, his wallet, his license, and other items suggesting that perhaps Tim is trying to ditch his old identity and start a new one. When they got back, they looked inside of Tim's room and they discovered that none of his clothes had been taken. They also checked his savings account and he had taken all the money out but left $10 in there. And they never ever heard about him again. It was like he just vanished. A decade after Tim went missing, the TV show Unsolved Mysteries aired a segment about Timothy and his disappearance. A man named Stephen Cull, who was living in Wisconsin, called into the show and said, without a doubt, I know where Timothy is. 10 years earlier, he was walking around this forested area in Wisconsin when he came to a clearing in the middle of this forest, and he saw this lump in the middle of the ground. It was wintertime, so he couldn't tell if it was wood or an animal, and he realized it was this huge block of ice. And when he brushed the snow off the top, inside of this huge block of ice is the dead body of a young man. Cull would immediately call the police, but there was no identifying information on him, and he was very badly decomposed at this point, and so they had no way to identify him. And so when the TV show Unsolved Mysteries put a picture of Tim up on the screen, Steven's like, that's the guy who was dead in the ice block. And so the police go to Wisconsin, they dig up the body, they do a DNA test, and sure enough, it's Tim Molnar. The coroner said there's no sign of trauma to his body. They weren't able to determine a cause of death. To this day, we have no idea how or why Tim wound up 1,200 miles away, frozen inside of a block of ice.